Hey guys, so before you're thinking of watching 2 minutes of this video and then stopping, please, 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 I know maybe 20 minutes, but it is the most valuable 20 minutes that you'll probably watch in a charting video. It's literally going to change your trading. This is what I started doing to change my trading. So I'm highly, highly recommending, please watch as much of it as you can. And at the end, I literally show y'all a trade live. And it wasn't really necessarily live, but what I tell you what it's going to do the night before market opens, and then you get to see exactly what it did when market opens, and it's super cool. So yeah, please watch it. Love y'all. Can I get a... My name is Kelly OG. I'm 19 years old. I'm from Dallas, Texas, and I teach people how to make money for a living. I'm already running the #1 trading group on this planet. I started trading a little over 9 months ago with $26, and I've since turned it into over $100. What's up guys, it is Kelly OG here, and today I actually have a pretty exciting video. I'm going to make it pretty short, but it's about one of my favorite technical analysis strategies to use, which is just trading breakouts. I'm going to try and make it really simple. It is currently 1:31 a.m., so I'm going to try and be really quiet, but also still sleep before hopefully 2 because market's open tomorrow. But yeah, so I'm just going to briefly walk you guys through how I would find or trade a breakout. And yeah, hopefully you enjoy. Okay, so right here, what we're currently looking at is chart patterns. I literally went on Google, searched up chart patterns, and that is what we are looking at right now. So these are just different patterns that a lot of people like to use in the market to kind of see if there's a reversal, if there's a buy and reversal. It's just like if you think price is going to go up and it comes back down, or if you think price is going to go down and it goes up, and just different types of patterns that you can use to kind of take a guess at what price is going to do, a very educated guess, because history usually repeats itself. So that's how these chart patterns come about, because hey, I noticed every time that the chart starts to go up, it dramatically falls down, or every time that the chart starts to move sideways, it somehow shoots up or shoots down, so that kind of thing. So I'm going to basically walk you guys through about 4 different examples of I was able to find, going back in time and kind of seeing what price would do. So I'm going to try and show you guys that right now. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here to this side, and I'm going to grab a trend line, and I'm just going to say, okay, well, generally the price looks like it's going up, right? So we're going to grab this trend line and we're going to pull it because price is going up. Now I want you to notice that you see how the candlesticks are touching every time. I like for it to touch more often than not, generally 2 to 3 times. I usually look for 2, 3 is even better. And it doesn't have to be completely perfect, because look, you can adjust the sizes of these lines, and depending on what size you put it on, it may be overly touching or it may be just barely touching. So I like to keep it on 2. That's just my personal preference. You don't have to do the same. So now what I do is, you see this dotted line that I have right here. I'll see this dotted line. So I'm going to take this, sorry about my notifications. I'm going to take this dotted line, and I'm just going to see this price touch. You see right here, we are currently, this is where price currently is, this little green thing, right? See this green candle and this green dotted line. And so I'm just going to see anywhere above it, does price touch, because that's what we're going to see is a level of resistance. So right here, I see price touches right here, and I see price touches right here because it basically opened right there, and I see price touches, so price touches right here, and price touches at this green candle. So I'm just going to go ahead and draw a line, and you'll know if your line is straight because you see these dotted lines will come and disappear, and that's how you'll know it's straight. Another way is you can do a horizontal line, and that would literally just press it and it's horizontal. Or you can come over here to the side and press this black button. You are getting the point. So I could have also added this one right here, this buddy boy, but that is another way to do it. I could have done it like that. So I can put it here. It just depends on your personal preference. Now, the reason I said this is okay is because if I extend this line back, it goes right here. So you could do it that way. I probably would have had it here. just because I like to do the next possible line. Now, either one's going to work. The important thing is catching the breakout. And I say this because most people, if they had, adjusted it like this, where this line sticks out, now this looks like it came up, retested, but didn't win. So if I was to pull this up here, we can literally do either or, Now, the question would be, and please ignore these lines I have. These are already cheated levels of support and resistance and just lines that I'd like price to come to. So what I do, I'll just kind of delete this for you guys. So now if we go to chart patterns, we're going to now see that, boom, what we drew is an ascending triangle, and it can go either way. Now, I know it was ascending because the bottom was in an uptrend and the top is a flat top. We can adjust that. It may bother some people. So, and so now what we're going to do is we're going to chart both sides. See, a lot of people mess up trading because they only chart one side. So they'll say, boom, like, I think it's going to go up, I think it's going to go down. So we will chart both sides, and that will just help us to be prepared for any way that we want it to be. So essentially, I'm going to look for the first time it breaks out. So when this falls, boom, this is going to be out. Price touches right here, price touches right here. So I can go ahead and actually mark right there. Or what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to just draw the line right there. So that green line, and yeah, that would be a good area I like price to come to. Now, most times for me though, I will actually look for a sell below in the 1 hour time frame. Just because it's easier. But if the 1 hour isn't really possible, then I'll do below that. So for me, I would probably like this 237.5 area. So I'm going to delete this one. That's just where I would feel comfortable saying, okay, if price drops below here, we're selling all the way down to this line right here. Now, what if we think price is going to buy? So we look for the line that's immediately above the highest candle, so the highest high we had. And remember, we're looking for price to touch. So I see, if I come to this one right here, I see price touches right here. I see price touches right here. So I'm going to go ahead and do a line right there. And so what I'm going to do for you guys next is we are going to put this on like the 1 minute time frame. And I'm just going to let y'all see the buy and if it buys or if it sells. So I'm just going to press play. It'll be pretty quick. Boom, 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 boom. It comes down, right? Is it going to buy? Boom. Notice how it bounces off that exact area that we charted. So important. Some people may see it coming down and they say play is invalidated. Not quite yet. Price comes down and it sold, but it bounced off the area it needed to break through. So now we're going to press play. Bounces again. Boom, boom. It's falling. Look at that. We would have already entered right here. You see this bounce? We would have entered. It rejected here. Boom. Look how it comes to our second line. Third. Boom. Fourth. I would have been out of that trade. It keeps going, but I would have been out of that trade. Now, for a lot of people, they would have wanted to see the buy easily. If we had moved it down here, you still wouldn't have seen the buy. So you had an ascending triangle and it fell perfectly. This is exactly what I would want to see. And so the way I got that, super easy, guys. Literally, all I did was see the chart pattern, draw, is it going to go up, is it going to go down? As soon as it broke this area, you would have gotten in. Or you could have waited on the retest. Now, if you really wanted to swing it, like if you wanted a day trade, you could get in right at the break if there's a lot of volume and momentum. Or you could have gotten in at this retest when it comes back up to test price. And then you would have just got the sell down. Easy money. Now, I could have told you as I was watching this, because I don't know if a lot of you noticed. So guys, I was recording and forgot to screen record my screen. A little frustrating, but basically we are right here at this break of this green line. Now really what you always want to wait for is the retest, depending on how you're playing it, because imagine if you would have thought, oh, it's going to make a heavy drop right here, and it actually came to bounce back before coming back down. So boom, we're going to press play, press play, press play. It's about to buy up and it's about to sell right back down. Boom, right here. So I could tell it's about to buy because this is what you would call a rising wedge. And I'm about to show that to y'all. Rising wedges buy up. And then this right here I could tell is a falling wedge. Sorry guys. This is what you'd call a falling wedge because it's falling, price is falling. This is what you'd call a rising wedge because price is rising. So falling wedges rise and rising wedges fall. So if I press play right here, boom. Look how dramatic that sell-off is. And boom, 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 boom. We're about to be out of this trade. Boom. Right here at this bounce, you see where it touched our line perfectly? We would have been out. We would have been out. So we would have caught this from this entry right here at 237, played it all the way down to 230. It's equivalent to like maybe a 40-50% return, all in the matter of, we're talking about how many? Probably like an hour and a half. You would have been in and out. So if you had $1,000, you probably would have made like 400. If you had 10,000, you probably would have made like 4,000. Now, don't get me wrong. It could have been more. It could have been less. It likely would have been a lot more because this was a heavy drop. But it also was moving up and down. Now, that's just me talking. Now, some of you may be like, Kelly, how could you tell the rising wedge and falling wedge? Really, because I always look at chart patterns 24/7. So if we come over here, falling wedges shoot up. Rising wedges shoot down. I'm always looking at these, basically have them memorized. Now, if you want to see another version of this, in video right here, as you can see, I charted it. I can remove the lines, kind of show you what I saw. So boom, take this, and you want to put it at the lowest point, and then you want to make sure this is touching your highest point. And remember, I like when the candles touch. Just my personal preference, but yeah, so then it's kind of cheated already because I had to chart these previously to show you guys this. But what I'm going to look for is the highest point that I want it to pass to know that it's going to buy up. So really, you could do this point because look at this. We have support right here. We have resistance right here. So I'm going to put my friendly green line right there. Oh, it's black right now. Let me make him green. And basically, once price passes 286.8, I want to get in for a buy, definitely to 293, and so on and so forth. You could keep going, but this is just for demonstrative purposes. Remember, you want to wait for it to break out of this pattern. So just to re-show y'all, this green line is our entry. We want it to break out of this purple, this pattern, and shoot up. So we're going to press speed. As soon as it breaks it, if you got in, look, retest, and then just start shooting up. We go to our first price target, and then we just go to high heavens. Praise the Lord Almighty. So I would just stop it like right there. And it's likely going to come back to retest this black line before shooting back up. Let's see if it does that or if it breaks through and continues to fall. So it retests the area, breaks through though, because it didn't hold. It's going to come here. You're going to wait for it. Boom, came right there. By that point, you could do whatever you want. But you could have played both sides. You see how we just did that, guys? We came up and played this buy. And then as soon as you see it falls here, you could have played 293 all the way to 286. That is literally like a $7 drop. And then from here, this 287, we would have bought it all the way. Well, it would have been to like 293. I probably would have had more price points up here. But y'all are seeing how this works. So then, if we go to square, we're going to look at the opposite side. This is a rising wedge. And remember, guys, rising wedges fall. So if you go to chart patterns, rising wedges fall. So how would we find our entry? We're going to look for when it goes out. So our entry wouldn't be for a minute. Our entry would probably be this 123 level. And even there, I'm like, but I'm going to do it there anyways. Simply because price touches right here, price touches right here, price touches right here. So we're going to see once it falls here, is it going to keep falling? To test that, I'm going to do a price target. And my price target is going to be this 122 area. That's just a real conservative one. And then I could do another one right here at 121. I'm going to spread those out. We're just going to see if price ends up doing that. And so I'm going to press play. Ooh, I'm going to move it up. so it does a little faster because time. And let's see, boom, falls. Oh my gosh, y'all, it hit our price targets in one drop. And it just kept falling and falling and falling. And I can actually show y'all another chart pattern right here that I just noticed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this right here. I'm going to stretch it out so y'all can see it more. And I'm going to do this. Now, when it's coming from the downside and it's forming this pennant, because remember our first one was a pennant. You see this downside forming a pennant. That's where we have a bearish pennant. So if you wanted to say, okay, well, I already got out of square. How do I know if it'll keep dropping? You see it's coming from the downside, forms a pennant, and essentially keeps on dropping. So that is just insane. This play would have been crazy. And it's probably going to buy up because this looks like it's about to form another pennant. But anywho's, to end it off, because we've been here for a minute, I'm going to see if I can find a really good one. And this Roku one we played earlier, if you watched my Roku video, because as you can see, we have this gap fill in this area. But also right here, we have a descending triangle. So if we go to our chart patterns, see what a descending triangle does, it can go either way. Now, the reason I'd be more inclined to say it's going to fall is because we have this gap to fill. It's already entered gap fill territory, and charts would favor it. However, if you want to see is it going to buy, you could also come right here. You see this candle touches, put a line right here. That would be my line for calls. And now below this purple line that we drew, that would be my entry for puts. What's it going to do? Falls right below. Boom, boom, boom. Can we speed it up? Yeah, falls perfectly. And then I believe our last one would have been HD. It looks like this right here. We could do as, oh, we've already done this. But we essentially could have done it as another descending triangle. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to set entry price right here at this 320 because that's our highest point. So I want to see if we'll break it. And then entry for puts, I would want it to be below this 316 just to be safe. Some people, though, they don't want to be too safe. So they will take the risk of making it right below this purple line. That works too. You would just make this 316 your first price target. So let us just play it out. Oh, y'all, we can't even play this out. This is actually tomorrow. So we can come back tomorrow morning and see which one it does. We could set a couple price targets. I put one right here, and I'll just turn this black. And if we want another price target, I could put one right here. At this 313. So, sorry guys. Don't know what I did. Sorry, my camera is on my laptop. So I can't really see. But yeah, so sorry guys. So sorry. So yeah, we're gonna see if it does either one of these. Hopefully I remember in the morning. Hopefully. And yeah. So that is just the way I would trade breakouts on chart patterns. I believe this Roku one we didn't quite get to. But this essentially, as you can see, I'm just going to quickly do this. Could be a pennant flag. You can even stretch it right here. Excuse me. And yeah. So a pennant flag coming from the upside. The downside. Where is that thing? Oh, this Roku. Let me move it here. It could be a pennant flag, which is also known as a symmetrical triangle or a bullish pennant. They're essentially the same thing. They essentially are bullish. So my entry would be right here. I would like it actually right where price is. So I'm going to move it up a little bit at this 95 level. And if we're buying puts, I would like it below this 83 level. Now, I'm on the 1 hour time frame. So these aren't going to be my most accurate entries. It won't let me go back to the 5-minute. Oh, it did. Okay, that was weird. So as you can see on the 5-minute, I can move these closer, fine tune them a little bit more. And what I would like to see is this break. Oh my gosh, this is tomorrow. Yeah, it messed it up. So sorry about that, guys. But yeah, so this is also tomorrow. You can see everything's pretty much in a triangle or pennant. I want to see the break. And yeah, so that was essentially, guys, me just kind of breaking down to y'all how I would play a breakout. It is 2:05 a.m. I need to go to sleep so that I can actually trade in the morning, because I really like the setup of these pennants. For Roku, I would likely enter at this 119 break, and I would likely enter puts at this 115 break. So that's just kind of how I would look at them. It's really simple in my honest terms. I think if you watch this video a couple of times, you'll probably start to get the hang of it. But yeah, so hopefully that helped you trade the breakout on chart patterns. Now, if you want my actual full in-depth technical analysis strategy, I am going to be releasing a course soon. Definitely going fully over how I trade, how I'm able to find consistently profitable setups. But really watching this video, you should be pretty in key to how I find these things. And yeah, so breakouts, gap fills, those are my two top favorites. Well, my number 2 and number 3. Number 1 will be in the course. But hopefully this helps you guys, because you may not even need the course. Thank you for watching, though. If you enjoyed, please feel free to like, comment, or subscribe. It helps the channel, helps me know what to improve on, and helps me know what you guys like to see best. So thank you, guys, and have a blessed night. Hopefully you're not watching this at 2 a.m. Good night, guys. It's not morning, but I was rewatching the video and editing it, and then I realized, oh my gosh, guys, I never actually filmed what ended up happening to Roku in HD, which I charted for y'all at the end of the video. So really quickly, I'm just going to quickly go over it. I'm just going to play HD out for y'all. I don't remember if this is exactly what we charted, but this is what I had charted at least the morning of, which was, you know, like 6 hours after the video. So what you see right here is, you can see we have a descending triangle, which if I quickly search that up in chart patterns for you guys, you're going to see it very quickly. A descending triangle can go either way. I like to say it goes down personally, because that's usually what it does. But if we just go ahead and play this, it's going to go really fast. Boom, you can see our entry would have been that green line, and it actually opened under entry. So I don't know if I technically count this. I mean, it's a win. Excuse me, but I don't know if I'd say we could have gotten in. But yeah, fell right through the entry and price target. Now, as for Roku, remember, this is exactly what we had charted, and it looks real colorful because I went in and put in more lines. So this orange line was our entry. We want it right in this box right here. And then first price target would be this red line, and then blue would be another price target to look into, and then blue. So all these below this orange price targets, and I'm just going to go ahead and press play. And boom, right there, entry, we would have gotten in, and it would have been one straight sell down. And then as you can see right here, it rejects at our price target, and then it falls down. Let's see if it's going to reject again. Okay, bought through. So at this point, this is why I tell people take your profits at every single price target. But look how it rejects again here. So technically, you could count that as your retest. Let's say you missed our initial entry, then you could have, boom, come down, counted that as your retest. Then I'm going to put on the 1 hour and just speed it up so you can kind of see what it did over the course. Now that it's about to be market close, and it sold off pretty dramatically all the way down perfectly to our official last price target. So as y'all can see, it clearly works. You just gotta have to go with the flow, trust your trades, and you got this. And one thing I'm also noticing right here really quickly is rising wedge. And if you can remember, we said that rising wedges do what? They fall, and exactly that's what it is. So again, thank you for watching this video. I think this is super cool that we caught this perfectly. And yeah, hopefully you stick around on the channel and enjoy more. So deuces, guys. Thank you. God bless you. Love you.